And good morning, good Saturday morning. Good Lord, November the 8th.
Yeah.
Where's the time going? Big win at CE Weatherby last night against a really good, physical, strong, well-coached, evenly matched football team. 13-6 over East Burke. That's a good football team you guys played last night.
Yeah, Coach Cogler does a good job with them. I know this is first year there. He's got them going in the right direction. That's for sure. They're a big, fast, physical football team. So kudos to our kids for coming out and answering the challenge. We knew they were going to try to run the football, and they weren't able to run the ball very effectively. I mean, our kids came out and played their butts off. I mean, they really did. Obviously, we'll get into the specifics, but just overall, I'm proud of how they responded to the emotions of a home playoff game. And being able to, I guess you'd say, harness that and channel it into positives to be able to come out with a win.
Yeah. Defensively, you held them to 2.8 yards a carry, and their big guy, their 1,200, 1,300 yard rusher, you held him to 1.9 yards, 12 carries, 23 yards, 1.9 a carry, and that's with a 10-yard run.
Yeah.
So and we're going to get into the stuff about the defensive stands turning, down into goal line 3 times inside the 1 yard line 3 times.
Yeah.
And you turned them away. Offensively, man, just you ran the ball well, you threw the ball well, just a couple of little things here or there. Again, just always thank you, Jason. Good morning, my friend. How are you over in Tennessee? Good to see you, bud.
Yeah, thank you, man.
But the one thing that you guys did a really good job of last night is the bugaboos, the penalty here, the penalty there that kept you, but you controlled the tempo of the game.
Yeah,
and for and for those that understand the game, it's like playing basketball. You guys controlled the tempo, and you were never out of control. The part that was frustrating, you were never out of control of the game.
Yes,
you guys controlled the game from start to finish. Now, when you go back, and we'll get into it here in a minute, when the backwards pass. That your guys knew it was a backwards pass and you're going to pick up, and our kid slipped on the turf, and their kid didn't even know it was a backwards pass, and it kind of rolled to him, and he picked it up and picked up that was a big first down for them when we were going to get the ball over. The onside kick was really what a great job by everyone. And you just. The play down in the end zone there, you're an inch away from a touchdown there. We're on the 4 yard line, and got a holding penalty that brought us back to midfield. They had a 80. If from the point of kick, they had like a 94 yard punt and turned the field over, and you guys came back out and just kept battling. So. It's like NC State, their basketball team way before you were born, back in '83, and survive and advance, and you never know. You got to get. You can't get to the second round unless you win the first one, and you can't. And so when you get in the second one, you got a chance to go to round 3.
That's right. And like I said, I'm proud. I'm proud of how the kids reacted last night, just all around, from start to finish. They knew we were going to do a surprise onside at some point. Just didn't know when. Consider doing an opening kickoff if we were to kick off.
So okay, all right. Let's go back. We win the coin toss, and it's not often that you guys take the ball. All right. So, but you took the opening kickoff.
Yeah.
All right, and kind of Explain to me what y'all
thought process. The thought process there was I wanted to be able to establish the run and establish it early. And our kids, I'm gonna tell you, I think we're in a version of ISO. I don't know exactly off the top of my head how many plays that first drive was, but a version of ISO at least 6 times on that drive because our kids were executing it well and they weren't adjusting to it. And we got a 3rd and 7. So, Jet and Pruitt come up big on just a slant route to the field to continue the drive. Excuse me. And then go back to running ISO. It's a good thing when you can sit there and go, all right, the old cliche, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And got down in there. We made a running back, Sam and Ty, last night. Both played tremendous in the backfield. Making the safety miss. And I always preach to them, guys, if we get our tailbacks on safeties, that it's a positive day in every aspect. Well, Burke was smart, and they brought the safeties down in the box. Well, the safety is not accounted for in the blocking scheme on certain plays. And I thought our tailbacks did a great job. I do. With understanding which scheme we were running in said moment and making the first guy miss, meaning the safety, because they were coming downhill hard. That's where the play action to Pruitt came in a little later on our second drive, where it was already in the second quarter, which was hard to believe. But yeah, that's where our play actions were able to come in, is because our running backs and our O-line and our tight ends executed it really, really well last night. They played good all around. Played hard, physical, Tuscola football.
Yeah, and when you came out, and one of the neat things, one of the neat things is when you came out in the 1980s veer
split back,
and when you came out in the veer, well, I mean the real veer, the stuff that back in the day. And you lined up with the split backfield, quarterback under, and you give them credit though. By God, we didn't get the playoff initially. They went, oh my goodness, and the guys up on top were screaming, and they called the timeout. So
and they once again they played it smart in the sense of we stayed with the same play after the timeout. But just changed the direction we were going from left to right. But they had their nose guard, which is completely legal. So because it kind of messes with the play. They had their nose guard shoot and take a dive as soon as the ball was snapped, and that is how you can mess with that play. But our kids executed it well. We knew that, and we talked to Chase Smalley about it. This guy may be able to get his arm on you, run through the arm tackle. And he did it with 3rd and 6, and he got a 7, and ran through the arm tackle well, because you obviously getting under center going split back, you assume that they're running the ball. You just don't know if they're going to go dive, belly, veer, any of those things. You don't know for sure what they're doing, and that's kind of where it helped us in that sense. Is we did have the element of surprise, and I thought up front and with Chase, I thought executed that play very well. Would have liked to run it a little more last night, but at a certain point, I didn't think we needed it because we were running other plays like ISO and outside zone so effectively. I didn't want to get away from it.
Yeah, and I think clock and tempo, because you guys were very evenly matched. That was a good football team we played.
Yeah, and
you were very evenly matched, but you. Even when they had the ball and they needed a touchdown and a conversion to tie it, you still felt like you guys were controlling the tempo and in control. Now it's frustrating because you're going, dang, just one play and we're tied here. But I can't count how many times last night you guys converted big 3rd downs to keep the clock going and keep the ball, and just and put your foot in the ground. did a great job of cutting back. And I think, again, for all for a few of the coaches, if all the coaches around that are really brilliant, man, your line did a great job last night. But man, your backs in pass protection, coming back and getting the extra man were spectacular last night. Man, Sam came back. This kid's a sophomore.
Yep.
And Sam came back and chipped that linebacker coming off the backside edge.
Mm-hmm.
On the touchdown pass,
yep.
If he doesn't do that, there's no touchdown pass. Just your guys, him and Ty, did a brilliant job in pass protection as well as running.
Yeah. Oh, and we can single out a lot of guys if we needed to, as far as and we'd be here for a while though. But I'm getting at from both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
But Chase Smalley, I thought, played tremendous at tight end / fullback. You can H back. Can go by a couple different names last night, and his blocking. When the times were called for him to run out in the pass route, very effective. He didn't catch a pass, but he was effective in what he was doing. But I'm going to tell you, watching him play last night on both sides of the ball was fun. And not just him, but we flew around at all three phases. I think the onside kick kind of really jolted some more energy in a good way, because like we knew it all week. We were early at some point we were going to do it. It's just a matter of when. And the execution of that, I don't think could have been any better.
No.
With our guys knowing where they were needing to go, and then the ball bouncing. Sam did a great job kicking it, and then Brandon, Lawner, Burgess, Smalley, those guys staying front side right there and making sure that we could essentially not let their number 82 catch the ball.
Who was the one that made the first hit? I can't, because it happened so fast. I mean, he
did have it fast. It was almost four of them.
He sold out.
I know it was really good to see in that sense. I mean, like I said, I'm proud of how they played. I'm proud of how they practiced all week, and just for watching their energy level. And I know it always is more fun when you get to go practice at the stadium every day. So we bust down there every day during the playoffs. So the energy level is always a little higher because you're on the turf. You're on, it feels different. You're on the game field. So I'm glad that we get to do it again Monday. It's going to be 28 degrees during practice, which is going to be great. It's football weather.
So, but I want to, before we start talking about the defense, because there's a heck of a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
We'll talk about a couple of things. The first, in the fourth quarter, in the third quarter, going down in the pass over the middle to secure the first down, and that was on a fourth down play. Man, he understood where the sticks were.
Yeah. You talking on the first drive?
The one where we kept the ball, and he went in.
John did a great job. It was just one of our out concepts. But John Hanson did a great job understanding where the sticks were, because the sticks were about 2 yards deeper than what the routes normally ran. But great job understanding where the sticks were, settling in the zone, and Jet moving in the pocket. We had a good time with protection. Jet just sliding left in the pocket, be able to find him on a fourth, and I think it was 4th and 12, to be able to keep the drive alive, to be able to go score on that opening drive. So that was very positive to see. We were efficient in the pass game last night. We didn't have to throw the ball 40 times to try to win it. I think we only threw the ball total 9 times, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was 9. If I remember correctly, Coach Seibert said we were 6 of 9 in the pass game, which is efficient. Understanding later in the game, the same thing with Isaiah Hyatt, understanding where the sticks were on a long second down after a penalty that was on a deep dig route. Those are the things that you see and you go, that's awesome. That is awesome, because they're paying attention where the first down is, Yep.
And then in the third quarter, 4th and 2, or fourth and 2, I think, around midfield.
Yeah, 1.5 ish.
And we had a penalty that was going to move us back to third, and they declined and put us back to 4th and 2. And I heard you in the headphones. You told them, "Hey, I trust you here."
Yeah,
and we'll talk. We're not talking about the fourth quarter yet on that play, but and that was a big play to pick up that first down to get another 4 minutes off the clock.
Yes,
and that was a big play. Great blocking, tough run, and I cannot remember. Was that
was
in
Sam.
the third quarter? Was that Sam?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Sam.
And by the way, on that kickoff return, Sam almost broke it down the left side.
I know.
But anyway.
No, I agree with that too. But that's, once again, they had guys in the box, crowd of the box, and unless you do a QB run, excuse me, then you can't account for both safeties mathematically. And I'm going to put the ball in our running back's hands, and Sam did a great job of making the safety miss because they tried to bring a safety blitz, and did a great job of getting us what we needed to get for the first down to continue the drive. So, I mean, I don't know if you can say enough about the run game last night, just from the holes that were there, the cuts the running backs saw, their vision last night, seeing the cutbacks. It was a good thing, obviously.
You just hate leaving those points on the field.
Yeah, and you do, but the ultimate goal is to have one more point than they do.
Yeah. And then we get into the fourth quarter, and again, we're only talking about the offense right now. What yard line? I mean, what yard line were we on?
The 18-ish.
And fourth and one, and
we went to our big personnel, our Wildcat big personnel package, and it's our package we've trusted all year, and it's been efficient for us. And at a certain point, every coach has their tendencies. It's just sports. I'm going to trust our guys in our big personnel package and our Wildcat to get us a yard. And, that call would have been you're the smartest man in the world or you're the dumbest man in the world call, depending on how it went. But, at the end of the day, I'm going to trust our kids because I know how hard they work. Every day in the weight room, in the film room, at practice. I wasn't going to try to take the ball out of our guys' hands if we didn't have to. And I think at that point we were able to eat another 5 or so minutes off the clock after that.
Yeah. And that's just a massive, massive play. And again, the growth that from those guys up front.
Yeah.
Dadgum just so that was big, because if you turn it over there, so defensively, and kind of an overview defensively, we stopped them 3 different drives when they had first and goal inside the 1.
Yeah.
3 separate times. And then on the 4th time, they had first and 10 at the 11, and you stopped them.
Yep.
And we had the one before halftime, which was massive.
Yeah.
The one before halftime.
They got the ball after half.
Yeah. So if they score there and then they get the ball back, that they've got all the momentum. That was last night was a bend but not break thing. And again, field position last night. Now we controlled the tempo, but the field position, they controlled the field position, because that one punt in the third quarter for them, that's a big deal. That's 90, from point of punt, that's 92, 93, 94 yards of the field got flipped.
Yeah, I mean,
So that's
it helped him having the wind to kick the line drive, and then just got a roll. It surprised us seeing how far it did roll. I'll be honest with you. Once it hit the ground, but yeah, I mean they were able to flip the field, but once again it goes back to we were able to run the football, move the chains, and then get the field position back to flip it back in our favor.
So absolutely big, but the big stop before halftime, and then and correct me here, the other three stops, one was in the third quarter. I think was in the third quarter was the one that was kind of inside right at the 10, and then the other two were in the fourth quarter inside the 1. Correct, or am I right?
I think it was that way.
And just talk about the resiliency. Talk about Brandon with one that was a massive pick in the end zone.
What was so good about the interception is we've watched it last night. I don't see how that was a pass interference on him.
The one earlier, yeah.
No, because I just don't see it. But we preach 8 seconds mindset. Good, bad, and different. Flush it. Let's move on. And that was the definition of that. I think he did a great job. I really do, of understanding. Ain't nothing I can do about it. They threw the flag. Let's move on. And when they get down there,
tell me, I'm gonna want you to be a little technical on that. So let that play in particular. What are you guys in, and because you're looking for the run.
Well, yeah. Well, that specific play, we were in zero coverage in that specific play. We knew they were going to try to do some double moves, and we prepared for them all week. And they did. They did the little hitch and go, and Brandon did exactly what you're supposed to do at every level of football. Of turn with him, shield him, not extend, but shield and use the sideline to my advantage, and literally shield and just run with him. And he did. And I don't see.
I'm talking about the pick in the end zone.
Okay. Oh, I got you. Yeah.
Talk to me about what you're in there, what you're thinking, because again, at that point, I think that you guys are looking for the run, but
down there at that point, that field position, I mean, once again, I know every coach has their tendencies, and I mean, my tendency, I'm going to run the ball down there. I mean, personally, it's just because you get down there inside the 1, I feel like you trust your guys up front. And so when they go to the sprint out pass like they did, I think that's a credit to how our front 7 were playing. I do.
Yeah.
They did a little sprint out, 5-yard out. We're in zero coverage, which means
in zero coverage for all the brilliant football minds out here. What does that mean?
Well, all zero means is there's 0 free safeties free. Everybody's in man coverage, and we're trying to pressure with one more than they have, essentially. And because you're on the 1-yard line, you trust your guys in coverage. It gets a lot tighter down there because end zones are 10 yards, so you only have maximum 11 yards. So you trust your guys to be like, all right, you know the space we've got. And excuse me. I thought Brandon did a really good job. They went sprint out, 5-yard out. Ball was thrown a little behind, and Brandon did a great job of trying to undercutting and picking it off. That was a big point in the game. And obviously his momentum took him out of the end zone. If he squeezes through the one that kind of twirled him around, he's gone.
He's gone.
Yeah. And
you're not going to catch him.
No, you're not catching him. No.
And I'll
the 400 meter will come out in him on that one.
And I'll tell you, a kid last night that to me was an unsung hero, because your defensive ends played really well. They broke contain a couple of times, but your defensive ends played their fannies off. Mm-hmm. But inside, Man, I thought Reinhardt did such a good job
He did.
of taking. Again, I'm going to speak properly today, but for all the brilliant minds out there, he did a magnificent job.
He did
of taking the double teams and keeping the double teams engaged with him, which frees up the other tackle or the linebacker to give us a number.
But what he did a good job of,
and he was brilliant at that last night.
He didn't give up ground either.
Correct.
That's the key on when you are getting doubled. So I mean, he did a really good job. And then whenever he was single blocked, he was able to win his single block when it was 1-on-1. And I think all of them up front did that. You had John Marshall Smith did the same thing, played really well. Everett Messer,
Yes.
Nick Messer, Lucas Reinhardt, all interior played that way. Then you had our ends with Bryson, Purvis, and then Ty ended up playing some end as well. I think everybody played really well.
What's a position he hasn't played yet?
Offensive line. No, but then Sam playing inside linebacker and just being able last night to, you got the back. He goes left, you go left. He goes right, you go right. Type deal, mirror the back. I think we played really well, and especially on the fourth downs. The last fourth down stop, they had ran jet twice already that drive, jet sweep, but the quarterback had kept it every time. So it's 4th and 1. So we call a timeout and get them over there and let them know, guys, listen, they're going to, in some way, shape, or form, they're going to run jet sweep. So that's what we told the corners. If they throw the ball, it's on us, like as coaches. I want you to have your eyes inside. When you see jet, when you see jet sweep, I need you to start peeking because in case they actually hand it this time, because they pulled it the other 2 times that drive. And I told the guys backside, stay home. Because if he pulls it, he's going to try to bounce outside right. Just stay home. And Everett and Bryson did a tremendous job staying home backside on our left, their right. And they went fake jet, and he pulled it, and he tried to bounce it right into both of them. So that was excuse me, that was great to see. It was really good to see. Our guys just play free last night. They played balls to the wall, played 100 miles an hour on all 3 phases. But that's how they practiced. That's how we practiced the past couple weeks. And so it's fun to be able to see them reap those rewards. You know what I mean? Rewards or the benefits of how they've just kind of, told them last night, just the old cliche, just let your hair down. Just play football. Trust your instincts. Trust the system. Trust the coaching of what we're doing in the run game or in the pass game on defense or all that. And they did that so well last night. They really did. Yeah.
So big win. And again, I tip my hat to our opponent. That was 2 even physical, getting after it football game teams. Play very clean game. Mm-hmm. Very clean game. And it was and then survive in advance. So so next week, let me see if I can. There we go.
There we go.
On the next Friday, the 14th, we're traveling down to Mount Pleasant, and again on that matchup right now, I know that you guys have got a busy 2 days ahead trying to put things together, but it looks like we're pretty evenly matched. I will go, and I go back, and I've said this all year. One thing that's to the advantage of anybody coming out of our conference is our conference.
Yeah, our conference is battle.
Conference. You play somebody every Friday night.
That's the truth.
You play somebody every Friday night, and I think that showed last night for your club.
Yeah.
The moment wasn't too big. The physicality wasn't too much. And I think that going on the road is not going to phase your bunch at all.
No. And I mean, our conference, literally top to bottom, is battle tested. I mean, top to bottom, it's arguably one of, if not the deepest top to bottom conference in 4A in this whole part of the state. Like that's I mean, even when you had the 5As in there with what we've got. So I mean, I think it's very competitive, which helps everybody when you get into this part of the season.
Yeah,
it really does. So yeah, we'll be at Mount Pleasant. I just looked up the exact location. It's 168 miles away.
You'll get me all that, and we'll get it on here. We'll do what we always do. We'll have directions. We'll have weather reports. We'll have driving conditions. We'll have, if there's any clog ups, the whole 9 yards. We'll try to have all that done, and try to get it early in the week. And we'll have the weather updates as the week goes along. And because again, you've put yourself in position to be in position.
Yeah. But here's the thing, that's a credit to how our kids have practiced, how they've worked continuously in the weight room all year. In-season weights is so important, and it's not you're not in there trying to power clean 400 pounds, but in-season weights, to be able to maintain strength and flexibility, they've done such a good job with that. And then the way we've practiced has been they're seeing it pay off as far as their intensity at practice, their focus at practice. So that's what's fun. It really is, to be able to watch them just go out there and just play the game that they love, and play a game that we all love, and be a big kid.
Yeah, and when you put yourself to be in position, you never know.
Yep.
And I think the matchups, you're going to look ahead. All you're looking for is kickoff on Friday night, the 14th, down at Mount Pleasant.
Yep.
But last year when the brackets came out, it was like, uh-oh. And I know that you didn't think that way, but that was probably one of the top, regardless of classifications, that was one of the top 3 teams in the state of North Carolina, period, full stop. Latin, and so that is what it is. But and I'm sure this is a silly question for me even to ask. No, nothing's going to change. No routine's going to change. You're going to get back in. You guys got a lot of work to do today, because last night I knew that for some reasons, I knew you guys. I stopped at and got you guys a bunch of hamburgers on my way home, and you guys were already watching film. And it was one. I didn't get out of there until 1 o'clock in the morning, so I don't know what time you and Trevor and Coach Reinhardt left, because Coach Hawkins and I left about 1 a.m.
Yeah, we'll be meeting here in just a minute. A couple of guys are already in our meeting room, and
is one of them Coach? Is one of them Braden? Is he there?
I have no.
Okay, because I don't know. He's probably that boy eats a lot now.
Good, needs to.
and before we get off here, because I know you guys got a hell of a lot of work to do today and tomorrow, is look. We constantly keep it running down at the bottom with our sponsors, and love these people. They love the program. They love what you guys are building. With my place, Heath and Mountain Oxygen. You got Amy, and what can you say about Amy that besides she works her fanny off? Ed. I didn't know Ed until this year. He is all in. And then and Mike in North Carolina Mountain Construction. Call Mike Mundy. Call him, email him. He'll do you a great job. He is full service contractor, baby. And so we want to thank our sponsors. But anyway, I know you got a lot of work to do. If you guys need anything, let us know. go get them. And anything else, Jonathan?
No, other than we'll make sure we update everybody on
all that, and let's travel well.
Friday.
Yeah. All right, bud. I got to go get them. I got people knocking at my door here.
Sounds good. Thanks, everybody.